Hey, what's going on? My name's Ethan. I'm coming back to you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about are Battle Royale games dead? Now, I know some people are saying, going to say, oh, well, they're not dead. Fortnite still got players, PUBG still has players. This Battle Royale game I've never heard of still has players. No, I mean in general, the genre is dead or dying as there aren't as many big Battle Royale games coming out as there were like a year ago. I know Call of Duty's got two Battle Royale games now, and Battlefield's got its own mode. Apex Legends is a thing, which is pretty much Titanfall Battle Royale. Up in the rooms, Halo's getting a Battle Royale. It's just gone crazy. Like there are just so many Battle Royales on the market. That's the first problem is its oversaturation. Because now it seems like every major publisher has their own Battle Royale. Even and then obviously you've got smaller ones like Xavier Games' Culling and the PUBG corporations, PUBG. There's just loads. There's about 100 Battle Royale games out there on the market. It's getting a bit oversaturated, and there's no need to have so many different battle royales where all you do is you're in a room where you're on an island of 100 players and you fight to the death. Because we haven't had thousands of movies like that. We haven't had thousands of TV shows or books or anything like that. What we had, what a few, but not to the amount of as there are battle royale games. Another thing is they're very boring. To be fair, no matter how good you are at the game, they can get boring quick, pretty easily. It's all the same thing. You land on an island, get a gun. You then search and kill as many players to be number one. It's very repetitive. I know people saying, "Oh, first-person shooters, you know, racing games, they're all pretty repetitive." Yeah, but yeah, but a lot of it's changed. A lot of it's changed. The maps changed. The vehicles changed. All that sort of stuff. And with battle royales as well, like they suffer from a thing where obviously all of them feel the same. I know people are going to say, oh, you can't say that there's building in Fortnite, or oh, the culling you spawning at random and it's all melee. The plot of the games are all the same. Similar racing games, they're all the same. You need to pretty much land on an island, find a weapon, and then search and be the last one standing. It's good in practice, but when you have 100 games doing the exact same thing, it gets pretty boring. I know people are gonna keep saying, "Well, what about the first-person shooters and all that sort of stuff?" No, we're talking about Royale games here. Also, a lot of them, another problem that a lot of them have is they're free to play and they're losing players. Which for a free to play game, you need loads of players. You need millions of players. Because I know a load of pros have been quitting Fortnite recently due to like not liking some updates from what I believe is going on. I don't know. And personally, I'm just thinking, okay, so Fortnite's on the way out because let's be fair, the game is what over 3 years old now. I think it's time the game sort of dies down and has its own community, but it's not going to be as big as it once was back in like 2018. I understand that as time goes on, people's tastes evolve and they change, and there's other games that come out and whatnot. And personally, I'm kind of glad that the whole battle royale trend sort of like died off because it means we can hopefully get more creative driven indie games. Which, if you know me personally, you know I love me indie games. I love those little experimental titles which just feel unique. The ones which you won't see a major publisher put out. Like you won't see EA put out something like Diamond Minerva. It's just it's just the way the game is. And personally, I'm okay with that. But another big problem with battle royales is it was a trend, and all trends end. Like every trend will eventually get to the point where it's no longer fun. It's no longer that sort of hip, cool thing. And obviously, the games that got hit the hardest with the whole trends dying are literally Fortnite and PUBG, where they had nothing else. Like earlier, like in 2016, early 2017, there were very few games. There were very few battle royales games to worry about. It was all like you had PUBG was the big one at the time, and you had few smaller ones. And then obviously Fortnite came into the game, and then after Fortnite, Call of Duty had to have a battle royale, and then there was Battlefield battle royale, and there was another Call of Duty battle royale. Then there was Apex Legends, and there was Ram Royale, and just everyone started making them. And that's obviously, in my opinion, what killed the battle royale genre of games. Well, it's not dead, and there's still tons of people playing battle royale games, but it's not as many as they used to. And why it's I think my it's why in my opinion I think it's declining is there's no innovation. There's like all the games feel the same. So what's the point in paying for the COD battle royale when the Fortnite battle royale is the same, or the PUBG battle royale is the same as the COD battle royale, and the PUBG one's cheaper. It it becomes a repetitive cycle of wow, they all feel a lot of them feel the same. But yeah, I'm gonna go and stop rambling there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna like, subscribe, do that sort of stuff, and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think? Are battle royale games dying on the decline, or is it perfectly fine? Are they perfectly normal and there's nothing going wrong with them? Because I'm pretty sure there's not. I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, peace.